Всем здравствуйте, с вами Александр, как всегда. И вы находитесь на канале RPG игры фэнтези Прохождение. И мы с вами продолжаем играть в ролевую игру Fable 3. Да, привет. Значит, что нам нужно? Пейдж сказала нам прийти к ней в штат мятежников. Вот, собственно, мы и идем. Так, это здесь. Нажимаем телепорт и телепортируемся. 294 дня до нападения. Ого. Что-то как-то это не очень. Вот это другое дело.
Greetings, sir.
Greetings, sir.
Что?
That's just super.
О, а сколько у нас ключей? О, мы можем его открыть. $50 000. Ну ничего так. Наверное, да.
Ooh.
Стоки. Казна. 2 миллиона 320 тысяч 892 монеты. Песик, песик.
It's not every day a king walks into the rebel headquarters. You've changed the world since we last stood here.
You had a lot to do with it, Paige.
But we still haven't changed things enough. Without Logan's troops, crime is becoming a serious problem. There's one man in particular, Nigel Ferret. He's making this city his own. Every criminal in Bowerstone reports to him now. He's too powerful for me to deal with, and he's not easy to find. But I know how you can get to him.
Чудненько. 50 печати гильдии.
Good. Kid went undercover with a gang of robbers and found out their plans. They're going to strike the tavern in Bowerstone Market. If you get there in time, you can stop the raid. And at least one of those thugs must know where Ferret is holed up.
Даже так? Ну ладно, давайте. Останови ограбление пивной на Нью-Бушильском рынке. Преступление, наказание. Прямо как Достоевский. Ха. Тогда мы отправляемся прямо туда.
Ah, hello.
Это я, если кто не понял.
What you've achieved is quite impressive, if I may say so.
Тебе позволено нести в казну
Just doing a
и...
bit of bookkeeping, eh?
Да, отлично. Личный баланс, ничего. Тихо. Что это? Обращение Логана?
An address from Logan, your king. You are citizens of Albion. Its noble soil runs through your veins. Its long history is your own history. But this kingdom does not exist to support you or to feed you. It is not a fruit to be picked off the ground, or a tree whose shade will protect you unconditionally.
Yippee!
If you cooperate, you won't get hurt. If you give us any trouble, we'll kill you. Now, just so you know we mean business, I'd like one of you to give us trouble, so we can kill him as an example to the rest. Who's it gonna be then? Oh look, we have a volunteer. The king, no less. Have at him, fellas. I'm gonna kick your real ass! You filthy spellcasting bastard!
It is no longer advantageous for any of us to frequent the hideout in Industrial. Presently, I shall inaugurate a new centre of operations in Bowerstone Market. You've been provided with a key which will permit access. Please...
Ладно. Идет с этим мешочком.
Now you're orders. Greetings, sir.
Hey!
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Почему меня не ведет полосочка?
Hello, great lord. Hello, at your service.
It's the great ruler. How good to see you, sir.
Ладно.
At your service.
Это странно, но... Ну ладно. Я сейчас по памяти попробую. Кстати, там ключ, я видел ключ. Вон. Уже 18 ключей. Ура! Ну, 1000 рублей понятно, куда списывается. А откуда приходят эти 10 монет, я так и не понял. Так, это... Да.
You again. It does tend to obviate the entire objective of maintaining a secret hideout if your enemies can simply infiltrate whenever they've the inclination. Lads, perform the specific services for which I employ you. Expeditiously.
Huh?
Kill him! Fast!
Tall bugger, ain't ya? Come here, then.
Хочу пистолет. Ага. Правда? Ты хотел постучать в запертую дверь? Слушай. Где? Какое сокровище? Песик. Песик. Может быть, это книга? Может быть, ты просто завис? Какое сокровище? О чем ты? О чем ты, четвероногая? Нет здесь ничего. Ну, может быть, если вы видите, то можете посмеяться. Ха-ха. Тут тоже... все, отстань, пёсик. Идем ловить преступников. Почему почему не отражается? Ну вот и все, почему нет полосочки золотой?
Good and he knows how to use it.
Как-то так и живем. Что это? Что это? Ничего, это просто бумажка.
I can't live one more day in this cell. I
А, тут что? Ну ладно, я тогда посмотрю везде, что тут происходит вообще. Вот одна из самых странных теперь речей. Мы не можем понять, куда нам идти, потому что... Ну понятно, ладно. Ключ. из 50. Сдохнуть можно. Дверь заперта. Интересно, зачем там держит курицу? Значит, это здесь.
I believe I can state with relative confidence that your efforts are in vain. Even should it transpire that you vanquish my associates, this door is completely impenetrable. In addition to which, this cell contains a secret egress through which I may abscond whenever I desire. Meanwhile, my compatriots shall brutalize your person.
Да, так и живем.
You haven't lost your touch. I'm surprised his men were foolish enough to fight you.
Now, truth be told, my superlative intellect notwithstanding, it would appear this is not, in fact, the specific cell I so confidently referenced earlier. The one with the secret exit has 2 beds. All right, you have prevailed, Your Majesty. I concede. However, I entreat you to entertain a certain proposal.
You have nothing to offer, Ferret. It's over.
Ah, that pronouncement is objectively devoid of merit. I happen to have on my person a substantial quantity of currency. Let me go free, and the money is yours.
As far as I'm concerned, you can stay in there and rot. But that's for the king to decide.
You royal miscreant! This grievous malefaction shall be rewarded with equally grievous retribution.
Да. Ла-ла-ла-ла. Отлично, 50 печать. Надо взглянуть будет на путь к власти. Опс. Упс.
You have made great strides, Your Majesty. Witness the glory of your treasury. Don't you just want to go swimming in all that gold? But the kingdom demands your attention once more. The time has come to make a decision on Albion's drinking laws. Under Logan's rule, our citizens are restricted in the amount of alcohol they can purchase per day. As you can imagine, this has proved a rather unpopular measure. And yet many respected members of the community think the law does not go far enough. They would like alcohol consumption fully abolished among the commoners. They feel, rather reasonably, that it leads to improper behavior and raucous public spectacles. These concerned nobles are willing to pay handsomely for the change in policy. Meanwhile, the commoners themselves would like the restrictions completely lifted, claiming they infringe upon their freedom and their rights. You cannot please everyone, Your Majesty, but you must make a decision.
Снять ограничения, сохранить прежние ограничения на выпивку, запретить алкоголь. Конечно, например, сохранить ограничения на выпивку, почему это не доброе дело? Ну да ладно. Снять ограничения на выпивку. Пусть все упьются.
As you wish. Let the streets be filled with poor, drunken revelers. Perhaps it will take their minds off their impending doom. This will leave a noticeable gap in our budget, however. If you are feeling particularly generous, you may wish to make a personal donation to bridge that gap. Let us move on to other matters, Your Majesty. You have a busy day in the throne room ahead.
Рассмотреть вопрос об открытии Яснодольской академии заново. Рассмотреть вопрос об осушении глухого озера. Упс. Встретиться с беспокойным и богатым гражданином. Кстати, вот это интересное будет задание.
Samuel, the head of the Brightwall Academy, is ready to plead his case. I sincerely hope he isn't after a handout, though I'm sure Master Reaver will be the voice of reason, as always.
Конечно, нам нужны деньги, нам нужно много денег, чтобы на момент того, когда год пройдет, у нас было 6,5 лямов в казне. Это совершенно не обязательно, но это принцип мой. А вы как хотите. Потому что потом... Да, у нас, конечно, потом будет время, чтобы ее восполнить, но тогда нам придется сделать это очень долго.
For king and country. Greetings.
All stand to attention for the King of Albion.
Ну давайте, предложите нам что-нибудь.
Today you decide on the status of the Brightwall Academy, Your Majesty. Samuel will speak for the town and its scholars. Reaver will dispute his cause.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, it was your father who opened the doors to Albion's greatest seat of learning. Under his rule, knowledge and culture flourished, and so did the people of Brightwall. I ask only that you return to the wisdom of those days. Your brother closed the academy down, but it is in your hands to restore it.
There is no greater proponent of the arts than myself. I celebrate knowledge in all its forms, but our people are frightened and confused. The last thing they need is knowledge. Allow them the benefit of ignorance. Let only those who are truly prepared make use of the academy. The elite of our society will pay handsomely to indulge in erudition.
Ну, понятно.
But only the rich will be able to afford to learn.
Precisely. Why give wisdom away when one can charge for it?
What do you wish to do, Your Majesty?
Сдержать обещание. Минус 150 тысяч по казне и нарушить его плюс 300 тысяч заработок. Ну, это как-то какой-то жалкий заработок. Если мне даже не рассматривать.
The Brightwall Academy will be open to all who wish to learn.
The Brightwall Academy shall be reopened, and Albion will once again have a free centre of learning.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. This is the start of a new day for us all.
Very well. I will make the arrangements at once.
Хорошо. Посмотрим, что он сделает. Концепт вот кача.
Stimulate your intellect in the newly reopened Brightwall Academy. Suckle the knowledge from the land's greatest minds and avail yourself of the best library ever assembled. Everyone, from the most impoverished genius to the wealthiest idiot, is welcome. Brightwall Academy. Whatever you earn, it's the place to learn.
Да. Давайте. Курица.
The court summons Page and Reaver. The matter before you today is the future of Bower Lake. Reaver will offer his proposal. Page will stand against him.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, a recent survey of Bower Lake has found that the waterbed is rich in valuable metals. Now, as amusing as it would be to make workers hold their breath as they mine these resources, I fear it would be impractical. Instead, we have no choice but to dam the river and drain the lake of all water. Once that is done, we will have a ready-made quarry, ripe for the plucking. It will be a pity to disfigure the landscape so close to my former home, but it is a sensible course of action in light of our current needs.
Bower Lake is the last piece of natural beauty remaining in Bowerstone. It belongs to our history and should be protected. Don't take it away from us. You'll be taking away part of this city's soul with it.
Oh, really?
Now that we've finally freed the people of this city, are we going to destroy the one place they can find peace?
The decision is yours to make, Your Majesty.
Устроить рудник плюс 400 тысяч казны и отклонить предложение минус 50 тысяч. Я отклоняю его
There
предложение.
is no greater admirer.
Page is right. We must protect our natural resources. Bower Lake is to be left untouched.
The King has ruled. Bower Lake's natural beauty is hereby protected by order of the Crown.
Thank you. Let's show the world Albion is worth defending.
Is a pretty view worth more than a treasury full of gold? I bow to your greater wisdom.
Да.
As someone whose home has overlooked the resplendent Bower Lake, I am pleased to declare the official protection of this natural wonder. May its water drown anyone who doesn't appreciate its beauty.
I trust the court was not too dull today. In any case, I'm confident your final task will be most enjoyable. A loyal and wealthy member of our community has offered to make a sizable donation to our treasury. Her only request is that you go to Millfields to make the collection in person. A perfect chance to stretch your legs, Your Majesty.
Ну да, конечно. Ха-ха. Так, ну что ж, давайте мы на этом с вами закончим. Ну а пока, ждите следующего видео, подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайк, не скучайте и пока.